Hey Pisces, welcome to Turn Hill. Welcome to the place where we turn the hill our way to self-love and unity consciousness. Welcome to your soul path reading for January, okay? Are you high vibing? Do you want to? Check out this pillow. You can get it down below. All right, let's go. I come to you, humble God, thanking you for your divine guidance, providing messages of divine light, divine love, and accordance with your divine will. What is it that the Pisces collective needs to know? So we have crown games coming out, right use of power. We have mindful groupthink, okay? All right, what we talking about? Ooh, okay. All right. Here's what I'm getting, Pisces. We're getting some shadow work that needs to be getting done, okay? So there's a need to learn a different way. There's a new way to learn how to manage your pain, handle your pain. All right. It does seem as if you might have the tendency of being hurt and acting out in a way that is not the best for you. Okay. This might lead to petty behavior, whatever the case is. Okay. Because you have right use of power. Okay. So maybe you might get into this manipulative mode or whatever the case is. Either way. No judgments. We're just calling it for what it is. It's just a lesson that's coming up now. All right. We did mindful with 2 L's. Okay. Group think. I think you're giving too much power to other people. You're allowing other people to trigger you into acting out. You can't don't allow them to have you come out of character, all right? Ain't nobody worth all that. But it does seem like there's a bit of a struggle in balancing that out. This might be the way you're used to handling conflict. And it's just a new way to learn how to handle conflict moving forward, all right? So that's being highlighted in January. All right. Yep, Queen of Cups coming out in reverse. Knight of Swords. Let's pull the rest of the cards out. All right. We have the Ace of Pentacles coming out. All right, which is great. Oh, what's this I want to flip out? 5 of Swords. See, this way of moving is no longer serving you, right? And it might actually sabotage the very thing that you want, is what I feel, all right? Because I do feel like there's an opportunity coming in, and because you're moving maybe in a petty way or a manipulative way, whatever the case is, trying to control others, however that's coming out, it does seem like you might be digging yourself into a deeper hole unknowingly. You might not realize what you're doing. In other words, whatever this way of acting out is, it has a potential of backfiring. That's what I'm getting here. That's being hidden from you because it seems as if this is a bit of a test. If you feel triggered because something isn't working out your way, it's putting you into this weird emotional space where you're becoming petty or manipulative or whatever. This is a test. And if you pass the test by overriding and learning how to transmute this pain in a healthier way, in a way that you know you should, if you do that, you'll get the thing that you actually want. You moving in the opposite way is actually putting what you want in the opposite direction. You're actually repelling it unknowingly. All right? Okay. It's like the energy of loving a little puppy so much, you squeeze it so tight and then you kill it, right? It's like you're killing an opportunity unknowingly. You're not realizing that you're doing it because it's kind of being hidden. For example, if you're doing love spells on people, right? Because you really want this love. That's you gripping on so tight. And somehow that's going to backfire because however it can backfire. Okay? It seems like it's going to toss, you putting this love spell on someone, for example, is going to stop the real one from coming in. You'll get this one coming in, the one that you put the spell on, and then get stuck with them. And that wasn't the person you're supposed to be with, right? It's something like that, all right? Because you're not going against, you're going against your intuition, and you're not, your emotions are out of, it's going a little bit haywire, all right? This is a test, all right? Pass the test. Understand that you need to work on this. Understand, I feel like this is a cycle. This probably isn't the first time that you acted out because of your pain, all right? It feels like something was snatched away from you. With this Knight of Cups coming out and the Five of Pentacles, it feels like a love or something was snatched away from you, okay? Or some type of dream, whatever. So you're putting in a little, you're doing a little bit too much, okay? You're doing a little bit too much so you don't feel the loss, all right? And I think ultimately with the Four of Pentacles coming out in your conscious awareness, you know that you need to let it go. But because you're so triggered emotionally, it's hard to. So with the Four of Swords, it does lead to this break energy. I do see that happening. This is good, all right? It seems like that was what you were in. That was the energy that you're in. So it leads to, this is coming out as your recent, your future, okay? Your future energy. Where with the Four of Swords, you go into like, okay, I surrender, I relax. I'm going to relax. I'm going to take a chill pill. I'm going to get it together because I realized my emotions got crazy. I said a few things. I did a few weird things. Okay, let me get it together. Let me calm down. And with the Eight of Pentacles, it does lead to things starting to work again. All right. So just be mindful of that. You do have the Fool card coming out. You take this new beginning. It's like you finally releasing this thing that you had this death grip on, and it leads to things flowing again. Things start to flow again, all right? You have that High Priestess coming through. Okay. It doesn't stop the conflict from happening, but it's like how you manage your pain and how you handle this conflict changes, and then the conflict kind of falls away as a result of that. All right? So you're no longer working against yourself. I'm getting this image of a factory. You know, I feel like it's like you raging against a machine. Raging against the machine that is the divine order of whatever this is. Whatever this divine orchestration is, you might not realize it's divine orchestration. So you're raging against it. And you're like, I don't want this to go in this direction. But not realizing this is a whole machine. Okay, things are just going to keep going in that direction. Now, if you try to stop it, you try to stop the conveyor belt from moving forward, everything stops, right? Everything stops. It doesn't start moving in your direction. No, now you're just causing a stall, okay, in whatever it is that's supposed to happen. So just allow the conveyor belt to move on, allow the cogs in the machine to keep rolling, and you're going to see that this Ace of Pentacles energy is going to pop up on this conveyor belt for you, all right? So just, yeah. All right, but you're going to realize that after the fact. All right, what's the blockage? That Ace of Pentacles, it comes after you take a chill pill. Like, okay, I was doing too much. I was trying to pull this conveyor belt on a whole machine. I ain't stronger than this machine. I can't control this divine order that is the machine. I might as well roll with it. And that's when the divine order is like, all right, they get it now. Let's turn the machine back on. And then you just surrender and you just sit there and you watch the machine go by. And then it's like, bing! Ace of Pentacles coming through, all right? So that's awesome. So this is after your surrender. Okay, what's the blockage? You're surrendered to whatever it is you feel like you're losing. You're surrendered to the idea of losing it. Blockage. Four of Pentacles. Yeah. This has been a blockage for a while, it seems. Okay, with that Four of Pentacles, it's like, I can't let it go. I don't want to let it go. Okay, so this is a blockage. The Four of Pentacles, facing the idea of letting things go. Letting that thing go. It requires strength. It requires strength, okay? It's pulling from a part of you that you might not have exercised before. As I mentioned, I feel like this is a bit of a cycle where you might have learned, this is like learned behavior where you do act in a certain way when you're in pain. And it's learning to override that now. Because you're used to being that way, it does require strength for you to do the opposite thing, which is surrender. And not try to push people or whatever. If this is love. Anyway, it requires strength to let go of this. And then new perspective, Hangman. See, that's that new way of handling things now. No longer having a bit of a temper tantrum towards the universe, okay, when things don't go your way. Seeing like, okay, the more mature approach would be just understanding and surrendering and seeing like, okay, the divine is at work here. I gotta chill, right? All right. What are they feeling to see? We have the Seven of Cups coming out. Yeah, there's certain things that are just straight up hidden. Because it's like, this feels like a very parental energy, okay? Where really the universe is trying to teach you a lesson. It does feel like bad child or whatever. Child having temper tantrum and spirit being the parent and saying, all right, let me just wait till you tire yourself out trying to pull on this conveyor belt, you know? And then finally giving you what you want once you learn the lesson. It seems as I keep feeling like this is a habit. And the universe is like, enough is enough. All right, it's time for you to stop doing that. It's time for you to, you know what you need to do. You know how you need to handle this pain moving forward. It's more of a like, you're too old to do this temper tantrum in the supermarket, okay? When you was 2 years old, that was fine. You're 12 years old. You can't be throwing temper tantrums in the supermarket like that, all right? It's time to grow. It's time to handle this frustration in a different way. A way that matches your level of psychic awareness. Handle your pain in a way that matches your level of spiritual growth. Spiritual awareness, spiritual maturity. You have a spiritual maturity and your emotional maturity needs to start acting. You need to start acting like your level of maturity spiritually. Okay. Cool. Yeah, so it's pretty much just time for that evolution. Yeah. All right, cool. So yeah, so things are hidden until then because with your spiritual maturity, you do have more of, you can manifest easier, right? So you can cause more damage than you would have if you wasn't as spiritually mature. This is why I feel like spirit is locking it down. They're shutting it down. They're like, we're gonna have to discipline you right now because you're being reckless with your power. All right, right use of power. Until they know that you can handle this level of spiritual maturity, you're not gonna get more. All right, that's what I'm getting there. So you're feeling to see that you're kind of stunting your own growth. And it's because spirit is like, all right, we gave you this little bit of spiritual something and this is how you move with it, we're not going to give you more access. We can't. That would be reckless of us to open you up even more, right? Back to a 2-year-old throwing a temper tantrum in a supermarket. They're not going to do much damage in that supermarket. A teenager in a supermarket, they can do a lot more damage, okay? They have more strength. They can pick up things. They can take the whole shelf and knock it over. They can do damage that will cause money to the parent, right? As opposed to a 2-year-old, all they can do is cry, right? So something like that is your level of spiritual maturity. You're being held accountable for how you handle your pain now, because of your how powerful you are and how easily you can manifest. You can do damage. So it's time for you to be more responsible for how you carry yourself in the world because of this new power, okay? What's the advice? King of Cups coming out. I think this is emotional maturity. See, emotional maturity when it comes to love is, well, they're not giving me the love that I want. I tried whatever I tried. I tried to work with them. They can't work with me. The emotionally mature thing is, all right, I'm gonna go. The not so emotionally mature thing is, all right, they're not working with me, so I'm gonna have to lie, cheat, and steal to keep them. Try to manipulate the situation so that they can stay here, even if they're not willing to do the things that they need to do to make it a beautiful connection. All right, so anyway, so this is what you're being led to. All right, it does seem like you had to bang your head a couple times. I'm not gonna lie, especially with if I'm gonna reflect on the past Pisces readings, it does feel like you guys were neglecting the side. You guys kept running back into another love situation and kept hitting your head, and the spirit kept trying to teach y'all lessons, and it's just like, and it will seem like y'all will go back to the drawing board, but anytime somebody else came, and it was a lesson that kept being repeated. But it seems like right now's the time you guys are about to learn that, like, actually get it, and change how you respond to this type of circumstance. I feel like this is a repeated offense, is what I feel, and it's gonna keep repeating until you change how you handle it. Okay, and this will make you a more powerful divine being. Okay, this is ultimately what it's for. All right. Well, go on and get it, magician. All right. Let me know what you think. Feel free to like, subscribe, share, comment, add me an IG, Taryn Hill. If you want a personal reading, check out the info box below. If you want to be an angel donor, check out the Patreon link below. If you want a high vibe and pillow, as you already know, okay, that is actually in that shopping shelf below. All right. Thank you so much. Till we meet again. Peace.